Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here with Emily from Polaris Capital Group, and we are talking about the connection between health and wealth.
Yes. I thought that was an apt topic for today since we're here in beautiful Core Pilates and talking about maintaining agility and health long term. And there's a real trend in financial services now and in financial analytics looking at the combo, the joining of health and wealth together, and really being able to quantify what the benefits are of remaining healthy, of training, of seeing a physician on a regular basis. So it'll look at the cost, your out-of-pocket costs for doing those types of things, for joining a Core Pilates, for going for your annual physicals, that type of thing based on different forms of insurance. And then it will look at what the long-term costs are for not doing that in the future. So if you end up needing to, if you end up with acute care diabetes or something like that, what is the ongoing cost of that? Hospital stays. Given your family history, is it more beneficial perhaps to have something like long-term care, some sort of like additional critical care rider, because you know that either one, you haven't stayed in shape the way that you've needed to, or you have a family history that would predispose you to something like that. So it's not a perfect science, but it's really interesting. There's software that you can actually answer a variety of questions, and it will sort of spit out what the expectation is or the range for that and give you advice. And
like based on your age.
Yep.
And
So the most basic of them that are free online, you can enter your age, a little bit of family history, like BMI and stuff like that, and then it'll ask you questions about your insurance, because of course you're out of pocket now relative to what your out of pocket in the future is going to be, and it will project out into the future what your expected costs are, and then it will look at ways that you can actually improve upon that.
Wow, that's interesting.
And I'm just thinking about some people that I know that are, getting up there in age, and they're on multiple prescriptions, and they have multiple health concerns.
Yep.
And it costs a lot of money. When you look at their budget, their co-pays for their prescriptions, their co-pays for their doctor's visits, they are spending thousands and thousands of dollars
even
a
on
year.
Medicare. Even on Medicare.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and everybody loves hitting 65 for Medicare. They hate turning 50 because they get the AARP card, but they love turning 65 because they qualify for Medicare. But even with Medicare, you're out of pocket on that if you do have some, even not serious, but just ongoing maintenance health care is really expensive. So that's actually one of the biggest things that we look at when we look at people's budgets going out into the future is your health insurance, are you looking at $1,000 a month, or are you looking at $200 a month? Are you looking at prescriptions that are going to be out of pocket for, it creates a huge burden.
So it comes down to lifestyle choices basically, and how to minimize the risks?
Yes, exactly. Lifestyle choices, if you know that you're predisposed to something, then being able to manage that at an earlier age so that as you do age, it will be less expensive going forward. It's very interesting, and I think it's really driven mostly by the baby boomer population, who are so much healthier now as they age into their 70s, and wanting to stay that way, wanting to maintain that great health into their 80s and hopefully 90s. And
when you think of your workout in terms of money and saving you money, it motivates, and it's probably a new way to motivate yourself.
It really is, and it's interesting because things like Pilates, things like agility training, flexibility training, plyometrics, that type of thing are becoming so much more popular because it does help with being able to get off the floor should you fall down.
It's like your core workout.
Exactly.
And it's much easier to stay healthy than to get healthy.
Exactly.
Prevention.
An
ounce of prevention. Is that what is that quote?
Debbie would know that quote.
Where are you, Debbie? You all know what we're talking about.
Exactly. And so it's something that if you're interested in looking into what are the long-term costs relative to what you'd be spending now for that type of maintenance, it's very interesting. The other thing that's interesting is where health insurance is going, but I guess we're running out of time, so we'll have to
we'll get that next time.
It's such a huge part of people's budget. I know it's not that exciting, I guess. Budget's always a four-letter word, but hey, we'll try to make it exciting.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
There is a great correlation between health and wealth, so stay healthy and come down to Core Pilates where you can work on staying healthy. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.